He's so cute. Hello, beautiful. Today we are going to be looking at the best makeup of 2021. If you would like to know what has been the best makeup for me in 2021, then just keep watching. This is definitely a subjective video. These are my personal favorites of mine. I have been trying out new makeup since the beginning of 2021. I've been trying out makeup like every single week, and in the past few months I've been trying out new makeup like almost daily. So I have tried a lot of makeup this year, and I thought that I would kind of round it all up and let you know what was a favorite of mine in each category. Feel free to let me know what you think about the products I'm going to mention. If you have any favorites from a category that I mentioned, let me know down in the comments below, and we could just have like a full-on discussion. Or if you like don't agree with me or whatnot, we can just like talk about it in the comment section down below. Also, I have, where did I get this from? Oh, I have like a little Costco lounge hoodie on right now. I was gonna go get changed and everything, but honestly it took so long to start filming today, and I'm like, you know, it's just gonna be a talk through video, a chill video, so I just decided to keep my hoodie on and just get this show on the road. Because, a random piece of information, we just recently picked up a dog yesterday. He is a little Shih Tzu, and he has been a huge handful, so I actually didn't even want to film today. I just wanted to play with him all day and stuff. I also had to like clean up the apartment and everything. So yeah, it's been a pretty hectic day. Let me show you the new addition to our family. He's making noises. This is the new addition to our family. He is a Shih Tzu. I think I said that already, but yeah, this is him. He's been a handful. I feel like I'm going to have to have a slightly different schedule for the next few days just to get used to. Yeah. He's so cute. Before we finally decide to give him a name, we've been asking like for name suggestions. But yeah, this little guy, I would have had my video up and running and stuff a lot sooner if it weren't for him, but it's so worth it. He is 12 weeks old. I'm also going to create an Instagram account for him. I haven't created it yet, but if you want, oh, don't lick my makeup. But yeah, if you want to eventually follow his Instagram account, make sure to follow my account. My Instagram account is @LoveKeebuu. And I'm going to probably post it in a post about his Instagram. Okay. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Bye. Say goodbye. Say bye. This is your first camera appearance. Bye. Hi. Hello. Not fully dressed, but I did put on all the makeup. Everything I'm going to mention in today's video will be on my face. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna go in. I'm gonna leave that in the video. We're gonna start with like the order in which I would put the makeup on. I was going to apply this on video, but I didn't think to do that until I was like halfway through doing my makeup, so I just was like, forget it. But if you would like to see a tutorial on how I did this look, let me know down in the comments. So we're first gonna start off with primer. My current favorite primer, not that it's new, I would say it's newer for me, so that's why it's like a best of 2021 for me. I don't know. But yeah, it is the Benefit Professional Primer. This is like a cult favorite. It's nothing new for a lot of people. It's new for me. And it is hands down the best primer in the entire world. It has the best pore control. As you can see right now, you can't even see my pores. It also adds a nice, smooth, blurring effect to your skin as well. It will make your skin look a little bit better. So even if you're not wearing makeup for the day, you definitely want to check out this primer, because this is just going to make your face look smoother, hide the pores, and there's a little bit of oil control, but do not count on it to keep you dry. I still get oily even when I put this stuff on. But yeah, I cannot live without this. I am going to be repurchasing it. And surprisingly, it has lasted a long time. Even though the tube is so small, it has lasted me an entire year. So although it's $32, it's small, it's totally worth it because like I said, you get this for a year and there's still a decent amount in here. The best primer, and I've tried a handful of primers, but this is the best one simply because of the pore control. I have other really good primers out there too, like the Gucci primer, for example, but this one has the best pore control. And it also doesn't change the complexion it doesn't change my complexion. There's other primers out there that like smooth your face out a little bit, but I feel like they tend to make me look a little bit lighter. This one don't have that issue. Next, we want to move on to foundation. This obviously is a huge struggle for me because I have tried so many foundations and a lot of them are amazing, and each foundation that I have, it kind of serves a different purpose. So the way that I chose the best foundation is the one that I felt that was most universal, and that is and again, this was hard to decide on, but it is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. I have mine in the shade 310. This foundation is universal to me because I can wear it in any situation. If I just want a very natural look, if I want it to look more like a tint, well, actually no, I wouldn't specifically use this to give a natural look. I'd probably just go with like a tinted moisturizer, and I can't say that this would replace my tinted moisturizer, but I just feel comfortable wearing this in any situation. If I'm in an event where like I don't want it to look like I have foundation, I would put this on. If I'm at an event where I want it to look like I have a lot of makeup on, then I would apply this as well. The coverage is amazing. I have it on my face today, and it's perfect compared to all the other foundations that I have. It doesn't make you oily because it's like semi-matte. So it's a little bit matte, it's a little bit hydrating combination, and it's just perfect. It's suitable for everyone. I don't have an issue of getting oily. It just works perfect every time. And this isn't the most radiant foundation. This isn't like a red carpet foundation, but the cool thing about it is that you can jazz it up. So with this, and as you see on my face today, I applied some Gucci setting powder, and then I applied the DIOR setting spray on top, and as you can see on camera, it adds a little bit of radiance. So with this little bad boy, I can jazz it up and make it look like a luxury foundation, or I can put a little bit on and make it just look kind of more like a tinted moisturizer. Like if I could just mix it with like moisturizer, and I could get away with that. And then I can also use it as just my everyday foundation. If I were in high school, I could use this to go to high school with, and I wouldn't feel like, I don't know how to say it, like I'm trying too hard, like I'm doing too much to my face. If I had to choose a foundation out of all the foundations I have, which I've tried a lot this year, I definitely would go for this one. I just always reach for it. Another good thing is that it's super affordable, so I feel so comfortable using this all the time. Like one of my other favorite foundations is the Laura Mercier foundation, but it's pretty pricey. I think it's almost up there to like $60, and I just do not feel comfortable using it all the time. So love this foundation. I think everybody's gonna love it. Like I said, if you are oily or if you are dry, you could still wear this because it's like semi-matte. It's a little bit matte, it's a little bit dewy, so it's gonna work for everyone. I love it. I also love other foundations, but I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna just list one foundation, and that's going to be kind of the gist of this video. It's like if I only could choose one product, that's what I pick, and that's how I'm kind of structuring this style of video. So let's just move on to powder. So when it comes to powder, I choose, and again, this was kind of hard, but I just choose the Gucci powder because I have been using this the most this year, which I'm surprised because I only bought this to have a compact powder to travel with, but I've actually I almost use it every single time I do my makeup because the finish is really nice. It gives this like slight airbrushed look, and You don't feel it. It's not cakey. It just has a very luxurious feel. Of course, because it's Gucci. This is the product I've been using the most just to set my makeup. And another reason why I love using it so much is because I just use the sponge that it comes with. And I find that using the sponge gives me this really nice finish. And I'm the type of person where I just want things to be really quick. So I use this sponge. Most of the time you can't use a sponge because it just doesn't work as good, but I find that the sponge works really good. So I travel with it and I use it. I use it to touch up. If I don't have any makeup on, I'll use this as my foundation powder. And then I also have it sitting here on my makeup drawer for my everyday makeup wear. When I'm filming, I will bust out this powder. It's just served me in every way. I also use it when I need a little bit of oil control. It's not long lasting for oil control, but when I do start to feel oily, I will blot it a little bit and it will help to reduce some of the shine for a little bit. So this is a pricey powder, but again, it's lasted me this entire year and I still have a lot in here. I kind of scraped this top here because I'm like, am I hitting pan? But I scraped the top and there's still like, I feel like I have a long way to go with this powder. So I'm excited to see how long this powder is going to last me. But yeah, I've used it with like a brush, but I don't know, I think the sponge is perfect in here. And I know that's going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I just personally love the brush that it comes with. There are other amazing powders. The Fenty powder is so amazing. I guess we can categorize it in like loose powder and compact powder. I would have to say my favorite loose powder is definitely the Fenty Beauty loose powder. I think the reason why I don't use this as much as the Gucci one is because it's a loose powder. It's not as convenient, I guess. You do have to pour the loose powder into the top. I do like to use this for baking though. It's really good for baking because this is in the banana powder. So if you do have my complexion, this is a really good baking powder. It's really good for underneath your eyes. But like I said, I just don't think I use it as much because I have to go an extra step. This one, I'm just like, open it up, apply it on, and I'm good to go. And the other reason why I like the Gucci powder better and why I always gravitate towards it for achieving a really flawless effect is because I feel like this one, it has more of like an airbrushed effect to it. The Fenty Beauty powder has like a lot of radiance and it's beautiful, but I feel like for some reason the Gucci one just kind of makes it look more airbrushed. Maybe it's because it's a compact and it's not a loose powder, I'm not sure, but that's why I always gravitate towards this one. If someone was like, create your best face, create the most flawless face you possibly could do, then I would do this Gucci powder, and that's why I just always go for it, because like, why not? Why wouldn't you want, you know, your face to look as good as possible? Now let's move on to bronzer. I guess we are kind of in the complexion area. My favorite bronzer is the M Cosmetics Multi Face Play. Multi Face Play because she has a variety of colors in this stick, and this is in the shade Pangea, and I use this as my contour. I think it's the deepest shade from the Multi Face Play stick, but this stuff is the best contour stick I have ever tried. I think the main reason is because of the color. A lot of contours, they'll be brown or like a deep brown or something. I don't know, but this one, it's like, it's brown and it's gray. And contour is supposed to be a shadow on your face, so it gives you the most like realistic contour. And I have it on today. I have it on my nose. I feel like you can mostly tell that I have it on my nose, but I did put it here on my jawline. I can tell, I don't know if you could tell, but I can instantly tell when I put it on. And then I also have it on my jawline. I have a little bit on my chin. I have it under my lip right here. And then, like I said, on my nose. And oh, I also have some on my forehead, but you can't see because my bangs are covering it. But it's just amazing. I think I've been trying some of the best ranking bronzer sticks, and this is the best one. I like it better than the Fenty match sticks. I feel like there's not a lot of cream contour. I always get bronzer and contour mixed up together. But I feel like there's not a lot of contour sticks out there, especially like top ranking ones. But yeah, this is the best contour I have tried, whether it's powder or cream. Love this stuff. Also, I like using the cream contour better than a powder bronzer. I know powder bronzer is a little bit faster, but the thing with this one is that it's so easy to blend out that you don't have to work too hard. A little bit goes a long way, and you could just dab little dots on your nose and then blend it out with your finger, and boom, it's almost like you're using a powder formula. Especially if you use a brush, it's almost like using a powder formula. And for me, I find that, I guess it's not quicker, but ironically it feels a little bit quicker, just because when I form the lines on my face, it's like I see it right away and then I just blend it out. Whereas when I use a powder, I have to keep like building it up in order to see the color. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that's why I like using, I feel like using these kind of cream bronzer sticks ends up being faster for me. And this is going to last a really long time because it's so creamy. I don't even know, like it almost feels like, almost like a firm moussey texture. And that just makes it blend so well, but also makes it so that you need a very little amount, because if you apply too much, you can go overboard. But at the same time, it starts to like sink in your skin. So even if you do apply a lot, it starts sinking in your skin, like to where some of it like just sinks in your skin and then some of it kind of fades away. So I love this stuff. It's also an Allure Award Best winner. And yeah, it's great. I highly, highly recommend it. And again, it's just a natural contour shade. I think if you are a fan of cream bronzers, you're absolutely gonna love the M Cosmetics Multi-Face Play Stick. So I have here a bronzer stick. I am not a fan of bronzers. I keep trying to use bronzers and I'm just like, I don't find a big enough purpose for it. But ever since I tried the Rare Beauty new bronzer stick, I now like it and I want to keep using it. It just adds this like nice warmth to your face. So I think it's going to be really good for me personally, like during the colder months, so my complexion starts lightening up. I'll add some warmth back into it. Or if it's just personal preference and I feel like I want to add some more warmth, like today I was gonna kind of add a little bit of warmth, but I have to kind of like relearn how to apply bronzer, especially a cream bronzer, because I always forget how to apply bronzer. I'm like, where do I put it? Do I put it on top of the contour, above the contour? So that's pretty much the only reason why I didn't use it today, is because I had to go back in and basically like relearn how to use bronzer, because I never use it. I never really found a purpose for it. But this is such a beautiful warm shade and it blends so nicely into your skin. There's like no harsh lines as long as you blend properly, and it's just this beautiful hint of warmth, and honestly just kind of made me into bronzers. Like I said, I was never into bronzers before, but I do like this one. But you know, this is probably not the best person to come to for a good bronzer recommendation, because like I said, this is probably like the third or fourth bronzer I've tried, and this is the first cream bronzer I've tried, so probably not the best person to come to. But I just gotta say, I really do like this bronzer. I love how easy it is to blend. I love how it's like a cream, but then once it's on your skin and you start to blend it out, it starts to feel like a powder. And I love the color. It's easy to use. I like it. Another complexion product would be highlight. This was very difficult for me to choose and narrow down, just because I have tried a lot of highlights this year. A lot of them have been really good, actually. I've been like on a highlight kick. Almost every highlight I've tried this year has been good. I've liked it, and that's ironic because last year I struggled with highlights. There were so many highlights that just were not cutting it out for me, but I decided to narrow it down, and I do have it on my face today. I don't know if you could see it because I have my lights on really bright. I feel like you could see it a little bit over here. I do have it on my nose. You could definitely see it on my nose here. I put some here, here, and a little bit here, although it probably got washed out with the powder that I set on top. But anyways, I've narrowed it down to the Laura Mercier highlight. This is probably a really old product, I did not purchase this. I actually received it from like a goodie bag. And ironically, it is the best highlight. It is like my highlight. So certain highlights, they serve a different purpose, right? Like you have some highlights that are blinding. You have colored highlights. You have natural looking highlights, subtle highlights. So it kind of, it's based upon your preference. And definitely I have a highlight for like each category. So I narrowed it down to, if it was the only highlight I could choose, it would be this one. It just has, it has this like glistening effect. It's like this glistening highlight on your cheekbones, and it is just beautiful. Like if I could gift something to everyone, I would gift this. But you would have to like a more natural looking highlight. I feel like if I try to build this up, I'm still not gonna get that blinding highlight. Okay, so I love this highlight so much. This is in the color Addiction. I'm pretty sure you probably have to get this one. And it's called a face illuminator, so I do believe you could use this all over your face. I think that would look beautiful because, again, it has this more like natural, subtle look to it. But you can kind of see it on my cheek here. Like I said, very subtle, but it just like, it kind of sinks into your skin and it just looks like your cheekbones are like glistening. I love it. It's so pretty. And another reason why I love it is like, this was a highlight when I first applied it. I just like gasped because I was like, oh my God, I love it. Now I do have another highlight favorite. I needed another highlight to mention because this is the highlight that I feel like is that blinding effect. So this Laura Mercier is your natural one. And then the other highlight I want to recommend is going to be your wow, you have highlight on your cheeks. It is the JACLYN Cosmetics. This is the Winter Sun face palette. This, I think it's a limited edition she came out with. I don't know if it's a limited edition, but it is a Christmas edition. But there's two highlights right here. And these highlights, the reason why I had to choose this one, even though, like I said, there's so many good highlights that I have, is because I feel like you could dress this up or dress it down. You can make it look really dramatic, or you can make it look a little subtle. It also works really good, like perfectly for an inner corner highlight. It is so good. I love this highlight. Like I said, I love other highlights, but the reason why I choose this one is, like I said, you could dress it up or you could dress it down. There's also the Natasha Denona highlight that works really good. There's a lot of highlights that work really good, but I feel like you get one or the other. With the Natasha Denona, I feel like it's a more natural, slightly glamorous look, but this one, I feel like I could do different things with it. So I love this highlight, and I feel like that shouldn't be a surprise because Jaclyn Hill has amazing highlight. It'd be no surprise that she would come out with an amazing highlight. You know, I just feel like that kind of goes hand in hand. We have another complexion product here. This is the Patrick Ta blush. If you have watched my Patrick Ta video, then this is no surprise to you. I am obsessed with this. You can even see for yourself on my cheeks right now. This is a very innovative blush because it makes your cheeks look filtered. It gives this like filtered effect, smoothens out the cheeks, and I've never seen a blush like that before. And I just love this palette. I do want to get more of his blushes, but they're expensive. I think they're almost $60 for one blush, so of course I can't just go out and get all of them, but if I could, I would. This palette, it's got 3 and it keeps getting sold out, so that definitely tells you something. But let me show you the inside. This is what it looks like. So basically what you do with this blush, and this is the most important thing about this blush, is that you have to do it this way in order to get the effect. And if you do it this way, this is what is going to make you love this blush. So it's like the opposite of what you do with makeup. You basically take the powder first and then you apply the cream on top, which is weird. I always forget. I always have to like remind myself how to do it, but you got to do it that way to give it this like filtered effect look. So basically, and also another weird thing is that you use a beauty blender. You have to use a beauty blender, which is weird. So you do have to go like an extra step and all that stuff, but the end result is just beautiful. If I could use this blush every single day, I would.
What's he doing?
It's coming to you.
Oh no, he woke up. You're Benji.
Yeah, you have to take a damp beauty blender. You dip it into the powder, which is like weird, right? And then you dab it on your cheeks. Then you have to take the cream with your damp beauty sponge and apply that over it. Weird, right? But I mean, and if I took pictures right now, I swear it looks like my cheeks have a filter on them. Best blush I've ever used. I love innovative products. I love when they take makeup and they do something different with it. Like, how do they do that when makeup's been around for like so long? But this is an amazing palette. You don't have to get this one. Just get one of his blushes, whatever color you are interested in, and get that. Like I said, you don't have to get this whole thing. But this was like such a steal. I think this whole thing was like $60. So yeah, love this blush. Best blush ever. The best setting spray is this DIOR AIRFLASH Radiance Mist Primer and Setting Spray. Why does it say primer? Can you use it as primer? I don't know. This is the best setting spray that I have ever used. It has that, I feel like most people like this. A lot of my favorites are giving you that filter effect. And that filter effect is also something that is innovative. It hasn't, actually, I don't know how long this has been around, but a lot of these products are coming out with this like filter technology, soft blurring technology. And this one's no exception. It is a bit pricey, but it's lasted me all year. And if you are interested in picking it up, if you're like, oh, it's expensive, I don't know, I say just go for it. This is an investment. No, I don't think it's an investment, but this is something that is just totally worth the price. There is so much product in here. I've used it so much, and like I said, it's lasted me an entire year. So at the end of the day, it's worth it for what it does. Softens your complexion, blurs out everything. Like, I mean, you could see it for yourself. It looks very soft. It looks very blurred out. A bit of a filter. And it's just amazing. So lightweight. You don't feel it on your face. I think the only con about this setting spray is it has a bit of a smell. Kind of has like a strong perfumey smell. Luckily, it doesn't linger. You don't smell it afterwards. But like I said, I think that's the only con. Also, it comes in like this aerosol can, so it might not be like super travel friendly, but this is just absolutely amazing. They also have a little hint of color, but you don't really see the color. I used to be concerned because I had a white chair, and I was always like, oh, I don't want to accidentally get, any color on my chair, but it doesn't do that. It's not a messy product whatsoever. I think the best thing, like I said, about this spray is just that it gives you that like filtered airbrush look. And like with most luxurious products, it's going to give you this like radiant effect. Amazing. Best setting spray I have ever tried. In terms of appearance, now in terms of like oil control, I wouldn't say it's the best for oil control, but in terms of appearance, definitely the best. Is he gonna cry if he goes in his crate? Yeah. Oh, just give him to me. I'll hold him. My babies.
Let's go. We gotta go.
I wish the camera was bigger so we could see you. Okay, so I am now slightly babysitting a dog. I do not have kids, but I swear, I swear it is very similar. We cannot keep our eyes off of him. I'm practically tired. We had to go to bed late last night, and then we had to wake up early, and literally, like, you could probably take your eyes off of him for like 30 seconds, and then you instantly have to turn your head to like see what he's doing. But luckily, we are going to get a pen coming on Friday, so that's gonna be like, it's crazy like how much you have to watch these things. They are just newborn babies. They know nothing, and they bite and get into everything. It's crazy. And he bumps his head a lot too. Anyways, moving on. Totally worth it though, by the way. So I think we're done with complexion products. I want to talk about the brows. Let's get into the brows because if you guys see my video about the new Benefit POWMADE brow pomade, then you'll know how much I love this stuff. This is the best brow product I have tried this year. I use this whenever I'm trying to get the perfect brow. I have it on today. Whenever I'm trying to get the perfect brow, I use this. It's just, I do not like brow pomades. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm very simple. I like it quick. I like it easy. But this is so easy to use. Very beginner friendly, user friendly, if you will. And I do use the brush that it comes with, so that might, make it a better experience. But I think as long as you have a really good eyebrow brush, then it's just so good. I highly recommend it. The shade is fantastic. But I don't think that's a surprise, right? Benefit makes really good brow products. If I can remember, they make really good brow products. So totally worth it. The cap also is really cool because one reason I don't like brow pomades is because it gets all on the lid here. But they have this like innovative lid here where you can like basically scrape off the product. I probably should wash that. But yeah, I've used this all year long. It's my go-to brow product. It's not necessarily the fastest and most convenient. I do use my eyeliner, my eyebrow pencil a lot. Which one do I use? I use a variety of different brow products. I usually gravitate towards just a pencil, retractable pencil, because it's fast, it's convenient. I don't need to take out two separate products. But like I said, when I'm trying to go for the best brow, I use this one. I use the Benefit one. And he's teething right now, so he's biting my fingers. Let me see if I could keep him up here. I'm also like fixing my tripod and everything right now, so that's why I have to be like so close up and like so cut off. I'm like fully zoomed out right now, but that'll all be fixed eventually. But yeah, when I'm not being lazy, that's the best brow product I've tried all year. Best brow pomade for sure. Just a fantastic product. I want to mention this other thing, and it's not what it's like meant for. So this is the MCGRATH concealer. This isn't my friend for under eye concealer or anywhere else. I think because I just got the wrong color. It's almost like identical to my skin tone. And I like to brighten up parts of my face. I don't need to like conceal for blemishes. I conceal for brightness and highlighting. But what I do is I use this to basically highlight my brows. So I highlight the bottom of my brows right here. I basically just apply this on a brush. I outline the bottom of my brow and then I just brush it downward. And it just, I don't know what it is. I tried other products for highlighting my under eyebrow, not a lot, but this one I just always gravitate towards. And it's like it has become my official eyebrow highlight. It just works really good for that. Oh, he's back. Okay, say bye-bye. Now for brow gel. It's actually another, I guess, Benefit just got the brows set. This is no surprise. It's the 24-hour brow setter. This stuff is so good. I will say though, when I first tried it, I wasn't that impressed with it, but there's like a trick to it. So first of all, there's two sides to it, right? So the long side of it, you take it to brush all your hairs up, and then you take the other side, and this is kind of like a sculptor, and you would brush the hair back up a little bit. But my trick is I brush the hair up, and then I hold it down for a little bit, and then I lift it away, and then boom, my brows are stuck in place. It's like I just sprayed hairspray on my brows. So best brow gel for me. If you use it that way, if you just brush them up and go away, then they can start to fall down. So you have to make sure you use the other side of the brush, hold it for a little bit, or if not, you can just take, because it is a flat surface, you can just take it and then like kind of lay it flat like that. Your brows are not going to move. And I use this all the time, and it's lasted me again all year because I bought a lot of these things I actually bought beginning of this year during the Sephora VIB sale. And I don't need to really shop at the Sephora VIB sale because I just got everything that I needed, and it's lasted me like a whole year. It's still going on strong. But yeah, best brow gel. Tried a lot of brow gels this year, and just in general over the years. That one is legitimately the best one that I've tried. Now let's get on to the fun part. Let's get on to the eyes. Best eyeshadow primer. I have not tried a lot of eyeshadow primers, I just want to let you know, but I love this one from Rare Beauty. I don't know what it is, I just always gravitate towards it. I have other eyeshadow primers. I have the Urban Decay primer. For some reason, I know, very unpopular opinion, I don't really like that one because I feel like it dries down too fast. And I don't know, this one is like, it's creamy. And then I always use the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer brush, and it's so quick, and I love it. I don't know. I feel like it's easier to use than the Urban Decay one. Also looks a lot nicer as well. Can you guys shut up? Benji, you're too loud. And then I apply powder on top of... Benji, you're loud. Sit down. Nice to the new dog, mean to the old dog. That's just how it goes, huh? But yeah, so I take powder and I apply it over the primer, although I hear that you don't need to do that. But I just find that whenever I set my eyeshadow primer with powder, it just always turns out nicer, it looks smoother. I don't know, that's what I do. My favorite eyeshadow palette. This is so insanely hard because I have tried so many eyeshadow palettes this year. I have tried so many amazing eyeshadow palettes this year. I used to not care for eyeshadow until 2021. I now love eyeshadow. It's just these makeup brands that are coming out with these eyeshadow palettes are just doing such a great job. So, you know, this is like, take it with a grain of salt, but I've just been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. It is one of the pricier palettes that I feel like is totally worth it. I have tried other pricier palettes and I'm like, I don't feel like this is worth the money. This one is a nice price point, and it's like the colors, I have it on my eyes today, they're beautiful. You can get so many beautiful looks out of this. I definitely do feel like this kind of leans towards fall, winter-ish. The formula, it is such a good palette. The colors are deeply pigmented. The colors are beautiful. Well, if you hear noise in the background, that's my dog playing around. It's got beautiful shimmers. Also comes with 2 blush shades. When I use this eyeshadow, I instantly fell in love with it. And that does not happen often, especially when I'm paying a lot of money for an eyeshadow palette. I tend to get a little disappointed because I'm like, I don't feel like this is worth it. And I feel like a lot of palettes, they're not that different from like ColourPop $5 eyeshadow palettes. This one, also beautifully designed as well. Favorite palette, hands down, of the year. Now, I will say though, that's probably my favorite palette. I think it's worth the money. I think the formula is great. I think the color story is probably one of my favorite things about this palette as well. But I will say the best eyeshadows that I have tried in 2021 has been MAC eyeshadow. Yes, I said it, MAC eyeshadow. I picked up the MAC and Lisa edition because I'm a little bit of a K-pop fan, you know? So yeah, I picked up this palette and I have to say MAC has been the best eyeshadows that I have tried. And like I said, I have so many eyeshadows in my makeup drawer right now. MAC has the best. The formula is just beautiful. It's genuinely buttery, no fallout, pigmented, beautiful, long lasting. Gotta say, definitely think it's better than Natasha Denona and Huda Beauty. Eyeliner. Oh, eyeliner is so difficult. I think one of the most difficult things to test about eyeliner is the longevity, because I have tried so many amazing eyeliners and then literally the next week it just dies out on me. A really good eyeliner was Rare Beauty, and then I took it out one day and it wasn't working anymore, and I'm like, I barely used you. So eyeliner is very difficult. And I'd have to say it could be the same thing for this MAC liner. But I feel like because it's MAC, this liner is gonna last a long time. Weirdest thing too, this has a brush tip that I'm not comfortable with. It's got that like really flimsy tip, and ironically it has been the easiest for me to use. It's so incredibly easy to create a line all the way across my eye. I get a nice precise line. The wing is the easiest wing I have ever created. It almost just like creates the wing itself. And you can do a thin line, you can do a thick line, you can continue to go and fill your line back in over and over and over again to deepen up the color. Most eyeliners I can go in like 2 times, and then the 3rd time it starts to like peel off the existing eyeliner. This is the best eyeliner I have ever used, liquid liner. And like I said, we're just gonna have to see how long it lasts. But in terms of like how, like the usability, is usability word? In terms of like how to use it, it's the easiest one for me to use. Perfect for creating that winged line. It's just so insanely easy to use. You just gotta practice with it maybe like 2 to 3 times, and then after that you're just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I mean, it's not that fast, but totally unexpected. But this is the e.l.f. No Budge Precision Liner. I don't know why it has to be e.l.f., but this is one of the first, look how pigmented that is. This is one of the first pencil liners that doesn't budge, and it's called No Budge. Stays on all day. Once in a while it'll bleed outside here, but like once in a while, and I don't know why. Maybe I was like oily that day or something, but most of the time it doesn't bleed, it doesn't budge, it stays there. This is the perfect one to use for your tight line right here. It just gets in there so nicely. I literally can just go like this. I don't need to like use any other device or tool to get in there. It's just so fine and tiny that it gets in there very nicely. I notice now that I'm like kind of running out of it a little bit, so that could be a downside and why you know, it's a little bit cheaper, but I don't mind buying it again because it's super affordable. Another really good pencil eyeliner was MAC, but that's a lot more expensive, and I used to use that all the time in my waterline because it also didn't budge. So I don't know, I might pick that up again because I've been loving to tightline my eyes, and I've also been loving to connect the outer portion of my eye and bring it like in the center right here. So I don't know, I might pick up the MAC one again. The MAC one is definitely better than this one, but this one is still really good. And I mean, I paid like $20 for other pencil liners and they still budge. Crazy. Like, I think Smashbox has one. That one starts to like bleed in my waterline. Mascara, again, tons of mascaras I've tried. The issue with mascara is that I get so many new mascaras that basically, and they all work really well. So once I try a new one, I just keep like using that one because they're good. But I will say one mascara that I gravitate towards a lot is the Benefit Roller Lash. It's definitely probably not like the best mascara out there, but I really like it. It's easy to use. I don't have to worry about clumping. The brush is just phenomenal. It's not like your standard mascara brush. I don't even know how you would describe this type of brush, but most brushes, they have bristles that go like all the way around. This one does too, but it's different, and I feel like the way it's created makes it so that it's hard for your lashes to clump. I have it on today, and as you can see, it just spaces my lashes out. I literally can go in multiple times to build up the volume, and then I don't get any clumping. So a lot of the other like mascaras that I have, I could have mascaras that work really well to add volume, but then I have to be like very careful with it to make sure that it doesn't clump. And oftentimes when I pull out the wand, I have to scrape off a lot of product because it'll get like gloopy and gunky. So I just find that this one is like the easiest for me to use. So I end up using this one a lot. I travel with this one all the time just because it's, like I said, really easy to use. Not the most dramatic lashes. I've also sometimes been applying the Benefit 20 Magnetic mascara, but I don't know, I like it. I'm content with the way my eyelashes look. So I really like this mascara. This is like your everyday go-to mascara. Like I said, not the best, but the most like convenient and the one that I tend to reach for most often. And I also pair this with my Lancome mascara primer. So best mascara primer would hands down be the Lancome mascara primer. Anytime you want to jazz up your mascara, make it look better, then this is the way to go. And I've tried a lot of mascara primers, and some of them I don't even feel like they do anything, but that one definitely is worth buying. Inner corner highlight have to be the Becca Cosmetics shade in Opal. I have it on my eyes today. It's just the perfect inner corner highlight. Also, I love to use it on my nose. It just gives that really nice pop of color, pop of highlight. I just think it's beautiful. I love using it in the inner corners. The best eyelash curler, this is the Shiseido color. I actually went and looked up what was the best eyelash curler. This was one of them. So I decided to do a little bit of a splurge because you can get really good eyelash curlers for like $6. But I decided to splurge on this one because I was tired of hearing everyone talk about it and how good it was. I was like, okay, how good can a eyelash curler be? This one is actually really good. It'll curl lashes and keep them curled all day long. I feel like that is hard to say. To keep your lashes curled all day long without applying any product, totally worth it. Lips is probably one of the hardest ones to choose because there have been really good lip products in 2021, like so good. And the fact that I'm even stating my favorite one, this is probably not the most sincere, like, best lipstick decision. From my memory, it's the best one. So I have two that I want to talk about. One of them is the Fenty Gloss Bombs. The Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow, my favorite. I think, honestly, if I had to choose one lip product from my entire lip collection, it would be Fenty Glow. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It's got an amazing formula. The color is perfect, wearable for any situation. You can apply it on top of other pre-existing colors. It has that like hugging sensation. It is just the best one, and it also makes your lips look so good. And it also, I feel like it plumps them a little bit. Even though most lip glosses do that, the Fenty Glow, there's just something about the Fenty Gloss Bombs and that shade in Fenty Glow that is just so good. Definitely would be my everyday color. Like if I had to go into work or go to school, that would be the color that I just would wear every single day. Like if I wasn't a YouTuber, that would be my go-to lip product. But like I said, there's a lot of good lip products, so I feel bad for all the other ones I'm not talking about. These are just the ones that like come to my mind. And honestly, whenever I'm like, oh, what lip product should I bring with me on travel? Or what do I feel safe with? I just bust out the Fenty Gloss Bombs. And the Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream. Love them. Now, one of my favorite lip products, and I have it on right now, is the Makeup by Mario's Ultra Suede Matte Lipsticks. If you like matte lipsticks, this is really cool. But the thing that makes this lip product different is that, again, it has that blurring effect. It has that like filter, soft focus effect. This one is good. You can't really see it on me today because I applied, which is another really good product. This is the Pat McGrath lip gloss in shade Faux Real. This is a good topper. You can apply it on top of a lot of lip colors and it just makes everything work. I had to do that today just because I feel like this lip product didn't really match the rest of my look today, so I did have to apply that on top. That's why it looks glossy. But this is just, especially the color Garth, which is this nice like brown, pure brown shade. Okay, it's not really focusing. There we go. It is just awesome. It's creamy. It doesn't make your lips feel dry, especially if you like exfoliate and apply like a primer on your lips or whatnot. There's no dryness. It's creamy. It makes your lips look soft and blurred. It is just one of the best and most innovative lip products that I tried in 2021. And that's why I think, if anything, I think this is probably like the favorite lip product of 2021, just because it's innovative. If you don't like matte lipsticks because they're drying, you're not gonna have an issue with that. And again, you're gonna get this like soft focus blurring effect. And I'm really excited to see what 2022 is gonna bring, because after coming out with this lip product, they're only going to make it better. And so I'm so looking forward to that, because having, like, can you imagine there's going to be a product out there that's going to make our lips look airbrush, and it's going to like completely hide those lines, and it's going to look like we literally put a filter on our lips. Like, I'm so looking forward to that. And I just feel like Makeup by Mario has like totally started and launched this trend. What's going on? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I need to go and see what the new dogs are up to, because it looks like they're having fun. Luckily, I am at the end of my video. That's literally, I think I got everything. Oh, except makeup brushes, lip liner. I didn't have any experience with good lip liners this year. Makeup brushes too. Yeah. That'd be too long of a video. I think I'm done. I'm gonna end it here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. I'm so excited for 2022 and to just like continue this journey with you. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'm just gonna get out of here because it's getting loud now. So yeah, hope to see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.